What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters, and welcome to No Life to Metal. Going to be doing yet another rock metal update. That's right, another rock metal update. This one's going to be all CDs. I don't usually do CD updates, but I got some cool special stuff I wanted to show, so I'm going to get right into these. I'm going to start off, some of these are bootlegs, and they're awesome bootlegs. So here we've got Anthrax, Boston Breakout, Massachusetts broadcast from 1993. I've got a bunch of Anthrax bootlegs. I love Anthrax, all eras of it, but you don't see a whole lot of bootlegs of the Bush era stuff, so I was really excited to get something with, John Bush on vocals here. Then, of course, they've got a picture that's totally wrong on the inside with Joey Belladonna on it, but regardless, that's the way bootlegs tend to be. But at least the front cover artwork is correct in the right era. But anyhow, you got very good sound quality because it's a radio broadcast. Potter's Field, Caught in a Mosh, Got the Time, Room for One More, Belly of the Beast, AIR, Keep It in the Family, Black Lodge, Antisocial, High Pro Glow, In My World, Only, Indians, Starting Up a Posse, Pipeline, So What You Want, and Bring the Noise. And really enjoyed this one. I've played it a couple times already. Like I said, great sound quality. So I think I picked this one up on Amazon. So, I mean, I don't know if it's still available on Amazon, but if you're interested, check it out on Amazon. What else we got? Okay, another bootleg. Let's see. I'm just pull a couple of bootlegs for you. So here you go. Black Sabbath. Need to replace the case on this one. It's cracked. It arrived like that way. This big crack in the middle. No big deal. Any CD collector worth his jewel cases always has extras laying around. So Black Sabbath, Deep Purple. Black Sabbath, Deep Black. And of course I'm saying Deep Purple because this is Ian Gillan era. Massachusetts broadcast 1983. So I got to see this show in Philadelphia. Fantastic show. I'll never forget it. It was so good. Seeing Black Sabbath do Smoke on the Water, I know a lot of people thought that was blasphemy, but I thought it was awesome. I mean, when I saw him in '83, I was a huge Sabbath fan, but I was also a huge Deep Purple and Ian Gillan fan. I love the work he did with his band Gillan, and I loved Sabbath. So seeing them both together, I thought it was fantastic. And I think they do a great version of Smoke on the Water as well. So you got Super Czars, Children of the Grave, Hotline, War Pigs, Iron Man, Zero the Hero, Heaven and Hell, Guitar Solo, Digital Bitch, Black Sabbath, Smoke on the Water, and Paranoid. Live broadcast from the Centrum in Worcester, Massachusetts, November 1983. Alright. There's some other bootlegs in here. Let's pull the bootlegs forward here. This is Thin Lizzy, Transmission Impossible, classic radio broadcast recordings. This is a 3D set and a digipack. So you've got Germany, 1974, which is really enjoyed that one. You don't hear a whole lot of 74 bootlegs from them. Most of their stuff is 76, 77, 78, and beyond, because that's when they were the most popular. They weren't really that popular yet in 74. So then you've got you got the Rivera Theater in Chicago, Illinois, 76, and then you've got a live broadcast from the Paradise Theater in Boston, Massachusetts, 1978. And they all sound good. They're all radio broadcasts, so they all have decent quality sound. Yes, I mean, in my opinion, a lot of these bootlegs sound as good as any of the, as any of the official live albums. So and then of course you get the warts and all with that kind of stuff. It's not all touched up, unlike albums like Kiss Alive or what else am I thinking of? Just a lot of those late 70s albums, live albums that were so popular were very touched up in the studio, but these radio broadcasts are just warts and all, you know what I mean? So I kind of dig that. So all right, next up we've got, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, more bootleg stuff. Let's do this one first. Judas Priest live on air, Super 8-disc box. So this is all radio broadcasts. Now this one here has a few that I didn't think sounded great. Most of them do. Disc 1 and 2 are from '86, and those sound phenomenal. Disc 3 is from '82, and as I recall, that sounded okay, but not great. Disc 4 was from 1990. that one I thought sounded okay, but it didn't. None of them quite sound as good as that '86 one does. But that 1990 show is kind of cool because you get songs like where is it at? Painkiller and A Touch of Evil and what else was on there that I remember was kind of cool hearing. Ripper, which wasn't the one they were playing a whole lot back then. Then you've got disc 5 is 2002, so that would be Tim Ripper Owens singing for him. I like that era. I know a lot of people don't. I personally do. I saw them live on the first album tour. They were great. I mean, it was in a small place. There was a few hundred people there. I stood right in front of KK Downing. I was in heaven. I just was in heaven. It was such a great show. 'Cause like I said, it was a small crowd. It was Priest, so there wasn't a bunch of idiots moshing and beating each other up. It was just everybody was just in awe watching the band play on stage and just enjoying themselves. And such a great show. And Ripper sounded so good, and that's the case here as well. Then you've got 2002 on CD6. 1979 on CD7 and 1981 on CD8. So really kind of a cool set. Gosh, I can't even remember where I picked this one up at, but I'm glad I did. Nice little Judas Priest live box set. All right, another box set here. This is another live box set. I love classic albums. I mean, these 70s and 80s bands are some of my all-time favorites. I've loved them since I was literally a kid. UFO is one of those bands, and this is the BBC box set. It is 6 discs. So you've got 1974 in concert, 1975 in concert, 1977 Peel Sessions, 1980 in concert, 1982 in concert, 1985 in concert. From the Friday Rock Show, and disc 6 is BBC TV DVD, and it's got all this video stuff. I haven't watched the video, I've only heard the CDs, and I've quite enjoyed it. Comes with a little book as well, which is nice. Some of these bootleg ones are pretty minimal. They don't have a whole lot of extra stuff in them, but this one is kind of nice because it comes with a little booklet with lots of photos and a story of the band, and I love that kind of stuff, and I know most fans do, so there you go. And each of them come in their own little mini sleeve. So with period accurate photos on each one of them. So you got 74 here, and then you get 82 here. So yeah, I mean, you get it's nice that whoever put this together did it right. It's a very well done set. BBC. This may not even be a bootleg. It may be official because, I mean, on the back it's got Chrysalis Records. It's got the official BBC logo on it. But regardless, I mean, if you're into UFO and you like their classic, and you like their live sound and their classic stuff, you dig this. I quite enjoyed it. So, all right, next up, let's see, sticking to the bootlegs or the live material here. This is Aerosmith Rock Box. This is a 3-disc set. It is, I don't know, it's just one of those weird bootlegs that's kind of just, here's the packaging, which is it's pretty normal for packaging for, a bootleg, but it's all recorded in 1990 in the USA. I don't know that it was one show. I just don't know much about it yet. I need to look it up. I don't know. There used to be this great site called Rock This Way that had a very in-depth reviews of all the different bootlegs, and unfortunately that site stopped a long time ago. It's still there, but they haven't updated it, so I don't know. I just need to look into this one a bit more. But it's got a lot of stuff on here, a mixture of 70s and 80s and 90s stuff on here. So Same Old Song and Dance, FINE, Monkey on My Back, Permanent Vacation, Jamie's Got a Gun, a special version, Mama Kin, Voodoo Medicine Man, Red House with Joe Perry singing, Rag Doll, Draw the Line, Dream On, Love an Elevator, Dude Looks Like a Lady, Sweet Emotion, Walk This Way, Young Lust, Monkey on My Back, Walking the Dog, Permanent Vacation again, Annie's Got a Gun instead of Janie's Got a Gun, Last Child, The Other Side, Voodoo's Medicine Man, What It Takes, and Back in the Saddle. So, like I said, I don't really know the source for all these songs. I tend to think it's not one concert because I'm sure they didn't play, any songs twice. So it's, to me, it's just a compilation of live songs from the 90s. But again, it's Aerosmith, and anything Aerosmith is welcome in my collection. In fact, here is 2 more. This is Japan Calling, 2 CD set, classic Tokyo Dome show. And you can see the inside of it. And this was recorded, shoot, when was this recorded? I think it's 2011. I'm almost positive this is 2011. I just don't see it on here anywhere. But this disc came out in 2020. But I'm almost positive this is a 2011 show, and it sounds fantastic. This, I mean, the recorded quality is just great. And then this is called Hits Collection. This is a bootleg from Brazil that I thought was a live bootleg. I didn't pay a lot for it. I kind of like the simplistic artwork on this thing, the front, the back. And I kind of thought this was going to be like a collection of live material, and just, you know, from various sources. Who knows? Because the overall track listing is kind of bizarre. I'd never seen a concert where they played all these songs together. But Beyond Beautiful, Pink, Dream On, Get a Grip, Sweet Emotion, Falling in Love is Hard on the Knees, Walk This Way, Last Child, Crazy, Back in the Saddle, Draw the Line, Living on the Edge, King and Queen, Fly Away from Here, Come Together, Remember Walking in the Sand, Jaded, and Amazing. But what you got here actually is a collection of studio songs, and mostly edit versions. So like Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion are the edited radio versions, so the shortened versions of the songs. So it's kind of odd, and it's nothing more to me than a collectible now. I listened to it once, probably never listened to it again, just because it's just an odd collection of, you know, studio tracks, not live like I had hoped and thought it was. So I think that's the last of the... one more live collection. This one's fantastic. This is Live Anthology, 1974 to 1976. This is Nektar. It's a live box set. It is... it's got a nice booklet in it, like the UFO. This one's a little thicker. Actually, this one's got tons of photographs and write-ups and stories and memorabilia. So I love stuff like this. And then it's got 1, 2, 3 full shows, and each of the shows is in a gatefold digi wallet, or I guess it's just a wallet. A digi has plastic on it. There's no plastic on this, so it's just a wallet. And it comes with each of them have an individual sleeve, and then the disc inside of it, and it's the full show. They're all very well recorded. They all sound great. Nothing is like unlistenable here at all. So you've got Detroit, Michigan, 75. Ballfield, Dechter Hall, 1974. And Waukegan, Illinois. I think it's how you say it. Waukegan. Waukegan, Illinois. The Night Gallery from 1976. So there's the cover for the 1, 2, 3, and then the box itself. Yeah, just a great set. I'm a huge fan of Nektar. They're an oddity prog band. Oddity in that most people call them a German prog band, but about half of them are from Germany, the other half are from England. They basically moved to the UK back in the 70s, became, you know, fairly successful back then. Unfortunately, you know, they're nowhere near as known as a band like, you know, Pink Floyd or Genesis or Yes these days, but I'm a big fan, and I have been for decades. All right, the rest of this stuff I believe is all official releases. I'm going to get through them quickly. So you all know my buddy Trog. I've done lots of videos with Trog. This is his new single release. It is Lizard from Ghost Mountain. Very much in the Frank Zappa style of music. Storytelling, humorous, that kind of thing. Comes in a little sleeve. 3 versions of the song. It has the little mini sleeve with the little mini record inside of it, which I thought was kind of cool looking. And then it's got a Trog sticker, a Lizard Mountain sticker, and then a little 4-page booklet with the lyrics and whatnot. So you can get that on his Bandcamp page. So check that out if you want to check out some independent music. If you're a fan of that style of, humorous Frank Zappa style music, Lizard from Ghost Mountain by Trog. His former band, and I should say former because he's still doing it, but his band Troglodyte Dawn. This is not the same band. This is all him, I believe. I don't know that there was anybody else playing on this. So very cool. I wanted to show this. I've been wanting to show it for a while, so I'm finally glad I got to. Trog, Blizzard from Ghost Mountain. This is the new updated version of the Bad Magic from Motorhead. Seriously Bad Magic. I've kind of put well, buying this one because I already have the original CD and the vinyl, so why did I want to buy it again? Because of course it's a 2-disc set. Disc 2 has an entire show from 2015, and Disc 1 has at least 3, 4, 5. Let's see. It's got 16 tracks. I believe the original album was like 11 or 12 tracks. So the rest of them are all bonus tracks. So there's a cover of Sympathy of the Devil, which I believe was on the original. Can't remember. It's been a while. But it's got the cover of Heroes, which was released as a single, not on the album. It's got a track from those sessions that was never released called Bullet in Your Brains, and then Greedy Bastards. So, and it comes in a digi pack. It is a digi because it's got the plastics on it. But yeah, I'm not going to pull it all apart, but you get the point. Motorhead, Seriously Bad Magic, Amazon. You can get it there, many other places. New Stonetrip, man, I hope this comes out on vinyl. It's supposed to come out on vinyl. This is an Australian melodic hard rock band. Love these guys. This album is just very, very well done. It's got hooks. It's got great guitar tones. It's got great musicianship. I don't know how else to explain it other than just great, hooky, hard rock. Maybe if it was released 20, 30 years ago, it would have been considered heavy metal, but these days I would just call it great hard rock. Really enjoyed it. I can't imagine this won't make my top 20 for the year. So anyhow, Stonetrip, name of the album is Run Free, and it's available on CD on the band's Bandcamp. Stonetrip. They are on a label, though. They're on a fairly known label called Golden Robot Records, who I believe are in the United States as well as Australia, but so it may even be available on Amazon for all I know, but definitely look these guys up. I really highly endorse this album. It's great stuff. All right. We got a few more here. When I did a video not so long ago showing my vinyl, and I talked about going to Georgia. We hit up a CD warehouse, which I was surprised to find because most of them gone out of business. The CD warehouse we went to was packed full of people, and my buddy, Harmless Rebel, Steve, who went with me, he's like, yeah, this place is, he goes, I go weekly. He goes, this place is busy. So I picked up a couple of things from there. This is Metallica, Kill 'Em All. I was like, don't you already have that? Of course I do. I've got at least one or maybe even 2 vinyl versions of it. I have an original pressing, and I think I have a repressing. Really want to get the Walmart pressing. I just can't seem to find a copy of it. But anyhow, this pressing here is the version that has the 2 covers from the original Garage Days EP on it. So it's got Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg. I already have a copy that I've had for decades without those 2 tracks. But this was $5, and I love those 2 songs. I've always wanted this, so when I saw it, I snatched it up for $5. It was even no brainer. I mean, I literally just turned it over. Every time I see copies of that in CD places, I always turn it over to look and see if it's got those 2 tracks on it, and it did. So mine. Next up, this is the Kiss Love Gun. This is the 2-disc edition, reissue, remaster. It is a digi pack. It's got a nice little booklet in it, lots of unseen photos. Notes about the album, notes about the demos. So disc 2 on this thing is all demos. It's got a couple of short interviews and a couple of live tracks, but it's got Much Too Soon, Plaster Caster demo, Reputations demo, Love Gun teaching demo, where basically Paul Stanley is talking to the other guys on what to play where and what to put where, which is kind of interesting. The actual Love Gun demo, a short Gene Simmons interview from '77. Tomorrow and Tonight demo, I Know Who You Are demo, Love Gun Live '77, Christine 16 Live '77, and Shock Me Live '77. So, nice release, and it was $7.99, $8.99 at the CD warehouse. It was definitely reasonably priced. Big Kiss fan, so it was worth it just to get all those extra tracks alone, and it's a nice package to boot. So, all right, a couple more. This is the Showdown. This was their 3rd album, I believe. This isn't a band that I kind of blew off. I bought their first album, whose something of Obliviation or something. I don't remember what the name of it is. But in any case, I had this kick butt cover on it of this like knight on a horse, and it was really ominous looking, and I loved the cover art, and I was told it was this great southern metal, whatever that means. So I picked that up on CD and I listened to it once, twice, three times. It was on Solid State or Tooth and Nail, and to me it just it didn't do it for me. It just wasn't my thing. I need to probably revisit it now, because maybe I'll like it now. Maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace for that. So who knows? But what I recall, it was kind of just your standard tooth and nail style metalcore. So after that, I didn't care. I didn't pursue the band anymore. I didn't look into their stuff. Well, then I got hired to do a reissue of a couple of Showdown records, and this was the very first one. And we didn't have any artwork, so I had to find a CD copy to start recreating it from. And yeah, we ended up getting the artwork anyhow. So we bought the CD. I got the CD for no reason. But basically, the label that I was doing the work for said, just buy the CD, and he goes, you can just send it to me when you're done with it and just charge me for it. And I bought the CD, and I played it, and I'm like, wow, this is good. I really like this. Now, the vocalist does tend to have that kind of metalcore-ish shout, but he also has a kind of this thrash tendency as well. And the music is definitely not metalcore. It's kind of melodic, but it's also very thrashy. I don't know. It's very unique. Quite like this one. And then the follow-up album that came out after this, also great. Anyhow, it's Girder Records, and Girder Records is re-releasing the last two albums, remastered on CD with bonus tracks and outer sleeves. They really went to town on them. So if you're interested in that, check it out. But yeah, the Showdown Blood in the Gears, Showdown Blood in the Gears, really great modern metal. That's all I can really call it. And if you want to check out something new and different, you're tired of listening to the same Judas Priest album over and over again, check out Showdown Blood in the Gears. It's a very good album. Everybody's favorite on the Metal Roundtable. I got this on vinyl. This is Ozric Tentacles, and I got this cheap, so I'm always looking for Ozric Tentacle stuff. It doesn't show up very often because they're not a popular band, but they're a unique band. I'd call them prog, but they don't sound like anybody else. I can't, when you think of prog, you tend to think of, if it's the 70s, you kind of think of Yes and Genesis and King Crimson and Nektar and that kind of thing. Or if you think of 80s, you think Dream Theater and Fates Warning, and that. It doesn't sound like any of that. It's very unique. It's almost all instrumental, and always is. They've got to have 30, 40 albums out, if not more. They've been around since the 80s. Well worth checking out. This is a band I really, really like. I was kind of in a funk a couple years ago, dealing with some depression and anxiety. I hate depression and anxiety. This band really spoke to me through that time period. It wasn't any, like I said, no lyrics, so if I just wasn't in the mood to hear, metal or hard rock, that kind of thing, this put on and it just hit the spot. And I've loved them ever since. So I'm fairly new to this band. I've only liked them for maybe 2 years now, but I just can constantly adding them to my collection. This is Arborescence. There's a picture of the band on the inside. It's on the IRS label. So I assume it's an original pressing from 1994. Alright, last one. I don't know why I didn't already own this one, but I finally grabbed it. This is the live album from Anthrax called XL. MCMLXXXI. Whatever that means. I don't remember. But it's a reunion album with Joey Belladonna on vocals. So you got intro, Fight 'Em Till You Can't, Madhouse, Caught in a Mosh, Metal Thrashing Mad, Got the Time, I Am the Law, Keep It in the Family, Lone Justice, The Devil You Know, Be All, End All, Now It's Dark, Antisocial, In the End, Medusa, Evil Twin, Indians, Skeleton in the Closet, Aftershock, Blood Eagle Wings. Man, if you ever see the video for that, that's disturbing. Bring the Noise, AIR, Among the Living, and then bonus songs, Breathing Lightning, Protest and Survive, and NFL. So there you go. It also has, I believe, a DVD. Let's see, bonus features, rehearsal footage. So I don't know. I've only played the live material, so I haven't really dug into this one. But I just recently picked this one up. It's been out for years. 21 it come out. I just find that, being a huge Anthrax fan, it's surprising that I didn't jump on it. But whatever. Can't buy everything. There you go. That's the last one for my CD update. So once again, I always appreciate you all watching, and I definitely appreciate the comments. You guys rule, and appreciate each and every one of you. God bless. Stay strong.